The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Wednesday, the 28th of August, just about to wrap up the month. Quite an exciting month, actually. So let me just go through this. In the Chapman methodology, it's a very simple technique. The core of the technique says that you try to identify the lowest low bar. Let me just find if I can get the chart right here. There it is. Okay, this one right here. Okay. Find the lowest low bar and then count each successively higher peak, alphabetize them sequentially, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, to the way up. There's never an H. It's at that fourth highest peak, P, D, that other things can happen. That's where you get instant restart to recycle to the upside with a brand new A, B, C, D, E. But at the same time, that's where you can also have your sharpest decline. Look here, this is peak D. That's your sharpest decline in the weekly chart, that April pullback in the Dow weekly. But look at that. It did an E and almost in an instant, did an instant restart, but it fails at a peak E at 41,376, round number high. Now, you remember, I've developed all these techniques. I haven't codified them per se, but I've given them titles. A round number certainly is one. And look at that, 41,376 on the 18th of July, and it comes tumbling down. At 41,376, it couldn't go 0.01, it went to 0.00, and it turned out to be the high. Comes down to 38,499, almost a round number low, on the 5th of August, and it has a really big move and goes to an all-time high 3 days ago, 41,420. So yes, the 9 is over the 14. The price is way over the 9 in the daily chart. We did another technique I developed, this plumb line, where you can try to find the plumb line, a midpoint that takes you from the one set of parameters down to or up to a low or a high, and then you can have the same number of bars going back to that position. Well, we got there. Now we're stalling, and there should be, remember this technique, A, B, C, D. If you get a buy signal that's upgraded to a buy mode, especially if the stochastic goes over 80%, but especially if it goes over 90, but especially if it goes into the 94, 95% area. Where's it now? 94, not good enough. It has to be 94. It did it once. It did this back on the 16th, 17th of July, and then failed immediately. So it has to be flat. When the stochastic is flat, you'll never read this in any of the books that I read on the technical analysis of my own derivation. When the stochastic flattens out in the 90% area and you're bullish, that is and you are long, let's put it that way, that's fabulous. It should go to at least a D. I don't know if that's going to happen, but history says there's a good chance, and history says that we should go to a high. Now, here's the other thing. It doesn't tell you, I can get rid of this right here. It doesn't tell you how high. You have to have other techniques that can do that. And all it says is that if you get a buy signal that's upgraded to a buy mode, that buy mode should take you to at least 4 higher peaks, meaning it could even go higher, but at least 4 higher peaks. That's the obligation of the Chapman wave methodology in this phase. Well, we've gone to a peak B. We're having a rally at 70, up 70 at 41,321. The Dow is one of the leaders. Remember the Dow 30? I call it the Dow 30. It ain't the industrials anymore. It's the Dow 30. It's only a leg C in the weekly chart. In fact, this is getting a little messy here, but you've got a cup formation, second cup formation, third cup formation. And if you look at the time sequence of each one in the weekly, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we haven't yet gone to that higher high. Very close. What am I saying? Of course, we have gone to the higher high, leg C. So how long does this last? The history says not very much longer, a couple of weeks, and then we pull back. But you don't know. You just don't know. And the monthly chart is very strong, but it is in leg E. And there's a chance it's an instant restart. I don't want to get too carried away here, but I like what I see. That's all I can say in the Dow. Let's go to the S&P. I don't want to take too much time. I've got a whole bunch of questions I want to get to. So S&P is at a peak C. It should go above 51, 51.0 62 for a leg D. Now, this is the question for me. Okay, so you've got your huge A, and then you've got your B in the daily charts. How high can you go for C? Well, all it says is that, let's go back for a moment. It says it should go 1 penny higher, and that should start a C. It could go 1 penny higher, pull back, and then go a penny higher, and that gives you a D. And you've already got within, you could have it within, look, today's B. Let's say at the end of the day, we run up to 41,421. So that starts leg C. Tomorrow, horrible down, NVIDIA, and we're down 400 points. 400 something. But if we're only down 80 points or 150 points, you could go to a leg at peak C tomorrow, to leg C today maybe, peak C tomorrow, leg D on Friday, and you have to wait for Monday for a peak D. That's the absolute nearest. It still doesn't tell you how high. You have to use your other parameters. Well, the parameters say this Chapman wave inside wedge target resistance line is 41,495 if it's today. If it's tomorrow, it's a rising trend line, 41,523. So this is the line I'm watching. But if there is anything that says, oh, that is fantastic, you could have another from the gap to that level. You could, and from that low to that particular height. I don't want to draw it in because I don't want to make it fact. I want to make it some kind of possibility. That's all. You can go to the 41,700s or 800s. You can go even higher. All I'm doing is I'm counting the waves and I'm waiting for D to make a decision whether or not we'll go from being long at the low to being high at perhaps a peak D top. I don't know. All right, I'm going to go through these quickly. You got the QQQ trading down 2.31 at 474.45, acting quite poorly actually. Hasn't even broken above that left side, right side price time match to get into the 488, 491 area. So that's kind of weak. You're looking at the IWM. Now it's down only 29 cents at 218.45. This is one that has played catch-up. Can it continue to play catch-up? I'd say that unless it can go, and I'm giving it time now as well. I don't want it to go to Monday. I want by Thursday, maybe Friday at the latest, I want to see it spike over 222.45. That was high of the 26 at peak C. It was leg C. The next day was peak C. I want to see it above that. That'll say to me, great. I could have 228.63, the all-time high. The most recent high, August 1st, I think it was, high as a target. All right, let's get out of this, and I want to go straight to the gold. Gold is coming back a little bit. I suspect it is going to go higher. Here again, doesn't tell you how much. You use other techniques to say how much, but in the meantime, it's in a buy mode. It's at peak B. It should go higher, and that's the way we're looking at it. Look at silver. Silver was acting much poorer. It's still acting, look, it can't get out of its own way here because it's a continuous contract. This gets smoothed out, so I always have to move it around. This is not automated. This is hand-drawn. Every single peak and trough is hand-drawn. You need to see silver has to get, it's at 29.79 down 63. It needs to get to 31.50, and it has to do that. This is a peak B in the day. I'll be back. That was a 52. S&P is, well, at least.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi folks, I just want to finish this. Silver is trading down 60 cents, but the 90 is over the 14, so that's a positive. The MACD is good. Stochastics at 89%, that's good. On-balance volume has turned down. Relative strength has turned down. So it looks to me like silver is still making higher highs and higher lows at this particular point. Doesn't say that it should go into the 3150s, but it does say that it should go to a leg C, and that should happen fairly soon. Let's go to high-grade copper. That was doing quite nicely. It's at a leg B, maybe a peak B today. Oh, that got smoothed out because of the continuous contract. I have to always re-notate or at least lift these up or down, whatever it is. There it is. So the 200-period moving average of 4.27 is really a magnet line, and it's just stuck there. It's hit that line. I think it's now 8 sessions out of 8. So all I can say is that it's proving itself to be very strong. The weekly chart did bounce off the 200-period moving average, done that a few times. This one needs to stick, but it hasn't yet. So I needed to do bonds. So I'll go to the TLT. The TLT right now is up a little bit, up 8 cents. It's just stuck in this rectangle. Now, the longer it takes to get to that 99.94 level, the greater the chance that it could start to stall and roll over. So it needs speed to be able to do this. So I'm going to give it maybe I'd give it the rest of this week. And that would say it cannot, if it closes under 97, it's at 98.05. If it closes under 97, that's really poor action. It's not poor action to say that, oh my God, it's going down, the yield's going to skyrocket up. It just says it's going to really struggle to go higher, but it probably can now make lower highs and lower lows, at least for a little while. And it is a peak C in the weekly chart. It should get to a D at some point. So let's just do the TBT. TBT is doing the exact opposite. It's in this rectangle pattern at the bottom, and it's making lower lows and lower highs. It's kind of stuck. Yields are tending towards the downside right now, and that's a good sign. I needed one thing to finish, and that's the crude oil. Crude oil is just stuck in a range under the 200-period moving average now. All I can say is that it isn't going anywhere at this particular point. So now I got the questions. Let me go backwards. SMCI, okay, we were looking at that. So here's another one of my techniques. Remember we spoke about the Dow, that round number high that gave that really fabulous turn of the 17th of July. So have a look at this, July, August, July. And now look, 1229.00 was the all-time round number high in March of this year for super micro company. I had all these techniques that I used, and one of them was the round numbers. I couldn't even count the number of round numbers when those semiconductors and anything to do with that tech sector, they were making all-time highs or recovery highs with round numbers, either at the open, the close, the high, the low. They were round numbers everywhere. And I said, that is a sign that something's happening. And wow, we got that turned down, that April pullback, right? So now what I'm saying is that I'm starting to see less of that. It's now chart formations that I'm really involved with, looking at very closely. And the dreaded H is one. What is the dreaded H? Another technique that I developed is just how do you analyze this? Oh, where's it gone? It's right here. So there's a pattern that I call the dreaded H because it goes down sharply, makes an arch formation, and then fails, takes out the left side low. What happens within 2 bars, maybe 3, trying to get back above it is important. But very often, especially if you get another technique, Chapman wave technique, is that so many times, if you get a G with a parallel count of G/C, it invariably goes to a D. It'll bounce, or it'll come back down if it's the other way around, and then it takes out that left side and goes to a D. D is where other things can happen. So this is a very sharp move down 123 points, down 22% to 423, when just the other day it was up in the 637 area. And the all-time high was 1229. You're going from 1229 to 422. Whew, cut by 60%. That is a big move down. And as a peak E, remember Chapman wave peak E's in the monthly chart, peak D in the weekly chart. All I can say is there's your dreaded H in the weekly chart, and you've just had another one right here in the weekly chart. A much quicker one, only went to a peak A. And this is the one in the daily. This just says that the 200-period moving average of 302 will become a focus if at any point super micro, now there's questions as to they delayed the earnings report or something like that. Ugh, never do that. Now, what happens is if it starts to get into this, it's already taken out that doji candle. So if it starts to take out, it's already too late to do that. Wow. All I can say is if it closes under 380 at any point, I have to consider that the 200-period moving average of 302 in the weekly chart is going to become a target. And on the upside, you've got tremendous resistance between 490 and 510. Oh, this doesn't look good. Okay. Next thing we want to look at here. So I got the questions. Let me do this. Question. Okay. NVIDIA. And I did this yesterday. I'm just going to repeat exactly what I said yesterday. Based on my work, if I was just looking at this and saying, I have no idea when the earnings are coming out, I have no idea. I don't even know what the chart is. It happens to be NVDA is the symbol. What's the NVDA? Oh, NVIDIA. Well, I know what they do. Whatever they do, they've had a really good V-shaped pattern, and then they've stalled at this downtrend line in the daily chart. The stochastic is, the 9 is way over the 14. The MACD is still strong. The on-balance volume is strong. The stochastic has gone from the 95% area to 88, but it's still strong, but it is declining, but it's still very strong. On-balance volume has been very weak, and I like on-balance volume to be moving towards the highs. So this is just kind of something to watch. Where do I think it's going? Well, what I drew in is a Chapman wave stalk leg formation. This is the leg up. This is a very short body. Usually I like the body to be much longer, but it still has a characteristic. It could even be a characteristic of a propeller shaft to the upside. I don't know what they could say for the market to believe that it's got a whole brand new move to the upside. All I can say is we don't have any position in NVIDIA. We have no position in the semiconductors. We stepped aside lately. Just watching it move up and down. I'm kind of upset because what I usually like to do is I like to get the top of something, and then we can just sit back and wait. We had this exactly at 283.07 on the 11th of July, but I didn't actually implement the position. I said this is a peak E just above the previous high of 279.57, that cup formation. Look how negative all the technicals are. This should be a failure pattern, and it has been, but no position. All you can do is hey, if you have a technique, you're supposed to use it. I did not use it. all I can say is that the semiconductors have acted very poorly, and wherever the semiconductors go, generally the market will get there at some point, and they are starting to fail. That's not good. So let's get back to NVIDIA just for a moment and say, based on the chart pattern itself, if NVIDIA, I would be doing nothing if there's a new position. Would I buy? Would I sell? I wouldn't do anything. Why? Because if it takes out so the high of the 7th of August, 27th of August, which is 129.20, that's a leg E. And that's very positive. So all I can say is above, this is print. I don't want anything overnight or a conference call. This is from 9:30 tomorrow morning. If it goes 1 penny above that high, that's a leg E, and that's very positive. If it goes underneath the cup from the oval low, 123, that's negative.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I have no position right here. I don't even have I have no intention of having a position, but this could go on my radar at a certain point if certain parameters are broken. Tommy did a really great illustration of what could be done via options, but I'm just looking at this purely as a chart pattern that says if there is a spike that is very sharp, goes above 134 to 135, that area, there could be a 1-to-1 to the upside, which would take out this first left side high that was around about the 15th. That's at 130, around about 135, and then it could go all the way to the 140.76 level. It's going to be spectacular to be able to do that because everything's built into the stock at this point. I think it's in this big digestive phase, and therefore I'd be looking at it still stuck in a range. I don't see any reason why you can't think of this as just range bound. Could be a bigger range between 135 and 119. If it takes out 119 by Friday, that's a big negative. And I think that's going to that'll drag the semiconductors down. That'll drag the QQQ down. How does the Dow independently go higher? I don't know. But I'm also looking at the others that we were looking at to make their leg Ds sometime next week. All right, so I'm done with that. Next question came in is, am I writing this wrong in XPeng? What am I doing? What's the symbol for the Chinese EV stock, XPeng? And I can't remember how. I usually get these EXPENG. No, I can't do that. Anyway, I can't remember it right now. Maybe someone in the den can help me. I'll just move that aside so I can see. Okay, so a couple of questions came in. Okay, we did the SMCI, LMTR. Yep, that's Lockheed Martin. Where's that going? The Lockheed Martin is going to higher highs. It just keeps going higher and higher. It's trading up 565 by 5.28. Very good action, leg D in the monthly chart. So here comes the question. You had shown the IBB and the BBH a while back and said that based on your analysis, just in terms of, I typed it, I printed it out. I haven't got it in front of me. Based on your analysis of the building boom in semiconductors in the Boston area, that you see an overbuilding, and therefore you think that the biotech industry is starting to see some kind of a slowdown. Is that showing up in your, I'm paraphrasing, in your charts? Well, the IBB, which is the NASDAQ biotech, which is more closely related to the speculative side of the industry, that is the startups, etc., stalled. But it's done quite nicely. I mean, 177.37 was the August 2021 high, comes down to 104.29 in 2022, and then it goes peak A, peak B, struggles, makes an H pattern, but successful, and goes high, goes to a C, pulls back, and goes to D, stalls at the 38.2 area. And now what we're looking at is it is in leg D. It's got another couple of days in which to get above the high that was made on the 1st of August or the 31st of July of 150.17. Yeah, so I think that this tells me that there has been some kind of a slowdown, but that's about it. I mean, I'm talking about nationally. This would be national. It doesn't say Watertown, Massachusetts, or Kendall Square in Cambridge. It says internationally. But wait a minute, BBH, I just remembered. The BBH, whoa, where did I type that? BBH, this is a peak D in the daily chart underneath the previous peak D. I'm not happy when that happens. BBH, okay. Yeah, so that has a very similar pattern, actually a little bit more positive. This is the broader Van Eck Biotech ETF. But it hasn't gone as high as the other one. But as a pattern, just on the daily, it did go above the left side high, and it's holding there. So this is trading at 180.94. This is the Van Eck Biotech ETF. Yeah, so all in all, the biotech area started to stall somewhat, but it hasn't broken down. I'm just saying it's slowed down, and you can see that in the chart. Next thing I wanted to show you, VT. This is the Vanguard total world stock ETF. So it makes a leg C, all-time high this month. It did that 3 days ago. 117.26 was the high back in July, pulls back very sharply to 106, comes all the way back, and I haven't updated this. So this is no way. This is a leg A, possibly, yeah, it's a peak A. And because it went to an all-time high, I have to double check that. Oh my, 117.53. Yes, it went to an all-time high. This, oh, wow. All right, this is Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. World Stock ETF, all-time high. And that is a peak A in a buy mode with a flat stochastic. It should still, now it's made a peak A. It should still go to a B, pull back, then a C, and then a D. So all I can say is that the weekly chart, ABC, this I have to call a D because that's the way it works. There we go. So that's a D. Isn't that impressive? A D, and we're talking about Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. Has anybody spoken about the world stock market going to an all-time high? You remember I did this yesterday. I'll do it again today. Just wanted to show you something very interesting. Look, this is the S&P based. This has got this is Obama. This is Trump. This is Biden. It seems to favor every candidacy by going to higher highs. And here we are in the S&P right up against, this is a very long-term trend line. So it doesn't mean anything other than visually right now. I mean, does it know that from the 666 low of October the 9th, 2009, that it's up at 5,621, 5,000 points higher almost, and it's in this trend line? It has no clue. It's just a price. But isn't it fascinating? Look, the MACD is good. Stochastic's flat at 93%. This is a monthly chart. The 9 is way over the 14. The price is way over the 9. I have to tell you, unless it's a crash type situation, this is very positive for 2024. All right? So I don't know what people are talking about, that really is going to be the cause of a major crash. Certainly there could be a one-off, huge pullback, but I think that this so far is saying, don't worry, there are other things that are working well in the general market. All right, so a couple of other questions that came in. I'll get to them in a moment. Just people also hanging man. Yeah, so Jeff in the Den keeps talking about the hanging man. I don't know about the hanging man. Sounds like a song, but hanging man. I'll be right back. I'll get to them.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust. The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Yeah, I just want to mention another technique that I make a big deal about is the 200-period moving average. It's a look-back period. It's internal. It's created from the very chart itself. External is like using a Fibonacci or other technical tools, but right here it's a derivative of its internals, and it's a look-back period of 200 bars. And look what happened every time it got there. It got repelled, and now it's going to test the low, and that's going to be very important. That's the dreaded H, many little dreaded H's here. All right, let's get back. This is the E-mini I'm talking about. That was the 1-minute chart. Let's get back to our story. What we want to look at right now is this. I finally thank you. Who was it? It was in the Tiger YouTube, or was it in the DAN? Yeah, it was in the DAN. XPEV. Thank you for that. That's the XPeng Inc. designs, develops, manufactures smart EVs. Aren't they the ones that are going to bring out a $20,000 or something dollar EV, mass produced? We'll see. All right. Meantime, back at the ranch, it had a big pullback today of 79 cents down to 7.21. That's almost a 10% pullback. I'm just telling you that this is a tough area. I'm getting emails from different automobile dealers. It looks like just they are, I don't know if this is all of them, but some of them are already putting out a big effort to sell their cars. These are the gas-powered cars. I think that the hybrids are selling well. I'm guessing. I haven't got that information officially, but I'm just thinking that could be the case. Right, if you look at Tesla, it's a different fish altogether. Dartfish we were talking about a moment ago. Yeah, look, this is down to the 200-period moving average at 206, down 3. And can it hold this? I don't know. It's had a trouble. It's got this trend line now. I can move the trend line up a little bit because it's got a number of bars there. And it just says, yeah, it's struggling. And that just tells me that if Tesla's struggling, many of the electric car dealers need to be probably struggling as well. I had one question, which was, GM, I showed the chart yesterday. It was a very positive chart. That's the one that's holding well, because I think that Mary Brower, I think her name's Mary Brower, and I was not a fan of hers at all, because she was there when they were doing all the wrong things. But anyway, she's done a nice turnaround because this has gone from 26.30 back in November of 2023 to where it is right now at 49.12 in leg B. In the daily chart, all the technicals are very strong. This is one of the better ones. Next question is Bitcoin. Bitcoin. I'm still of the opinion that Bitcoin's stuck in a range right now. It did go to a peak B. It's failed right there, right, the fib number. And all we're looking at here is that it's pulled back. But the 9-period moving average in the weekly chart, I think that high that was made back in March in the 75,000s, I think right now that's going to be difficult to get to in the shorter term. I'm also looking at the pattern that says until it starts to trade strongly, and I mean for a couple of days in the 67, let's call it 6,700 area, 67,000 area, it's just kind of stuck in the range. It could be making lower lows and lower highs. I don't see anything right now. Next question came in as, could I look, where did it go? It was race. I think, did I do that? No, I thought maybe I forgot. Yeah, making all-time highs right here. This is a leg E in the daily chart. It could be a peak E because today it's down a little bit. It's down $1.29 to 487.97, and fabulous action. Look at the weekly charts only in leg C, and this looks like a lot of major charts that are in C's that should go to D's. So that's very bullish. And the all-time, the monthly chart is in leg E. Ferrari race. I forgot to mention Ferrari. Okay. VFC, yes, that's what we were looking at, Dan. Very good call. VFC is acting really well. It's working hard. It's in that cup formation, but it is up 42 cents at 18.21, up 2.39. It's interesting. There are a number of these smaller stocks, either the teens or the single-digit stocks, that are having a little bit of a bounce today, like 2 to 3%. We've got one of those right now. And it just says that money is there, and it's going to very select areas. A very good call. Another question came in, if I can just find it. So the question came in. I spoke about Dartfish Day. What is Dartfish Day? It's an expression I made up, I can't even remember how many decades ago. When I noticed that the market was waiting for news and it was meandering. Usually it was waiting for the Fed or something like that. And then all it did was it would be standing still. All the indices, nothing. And then pop, suddenly there's a green bar in the very short term. And everybody thinks, oh my God, this is it. Now it's finally going to move. And what does it do? It bounces just a little bit, stops dead, looks around, says, oops, wrong way, and then goes back again. And then it does it the other way around. And it just keeps doing that. And it just frustrates. It's like, this is the pattern that I talk about all the time. So let me talk about it right now. What is it? What does it represent? Basically, what it represents is, it's the same as the pattern that I'm trying to find here. Wait, where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's called the long, narrow rectangle. If you're looking at the futures, very often at night, the futures can go into this 10-point trading range after having a 40 or 50-point move during the day. At 4 o'clock, it suddenly stalls, and then it just goes into this 10-point, and it's called the long, narrow rectangle. I've got webinars on this and exactly how you can look at it. This is kind of like a Dartfish Day, where it goes to the top of the trend line, that upper barrier, and you think, oh, this is going to be the breakout. And then it just turns around and comes down. You think, oh, it's going to break down. And it just turns around, and it's like a little ping pong ball in this glass tube. And it just keeps going from the top to the bottom to the top, but not really going anywhere. Okay, now what we've got is another little Dartfish Day, because we slipped underneath the support. How long will this decline last? Well, we'll see, because the E-mini just went in a parallel, in an equilibrium. Look at the move from the upside of the 200-period moving average to the down, but it broke that support on the left. So now it's going to try to get back into the rectangle. This is like a rectangle formation. It's just a larger one, not very large, but a larger one. And it should attempt at least to get back into this range that was formulated from those lows that were made at 11 o'clock in the evening, and then just after midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. That was on the 27 of August. All right, so I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, we're just hanging out, waiting for NVIDIA news to see if it can shake up the market, but it's going to tell us a lot about the semis. That's going to be important. I'll be back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. I'm back to the Dow up only 0.41.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry August 9th and 23rd for more live trading action. For this month only, use code LarryAug24 at checkout to save $50 off your first month as a subscriber to Live Trading Fridays for his live trading sessions, where you'll sit right beside him as he trades the market live. For this month only, enter code LarryAug24 and save $50 off your first month. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Yeah, 196 round number low for Apple back on August the 5th, and it's trading right now at 230. This is leg C underneath the previous high of 237.23. So the hanging man, we've got, usually it's the next bar afterwards that really confirms whether or not that is the hanging man. That's the pattern that Jeff in the Den in the Tiger YouTube is talking about. So I'm going to go to the S&P and explain something that's going on. If there's a close on Friday, the last day of the, Friday is the last day of the month? Yeah, Friday is the last day of the month. Trading day, that is. If there is a close under 53, I'm going to put it at 5,400 in the S&P, that'll be a red candle, go from green to red, and that'll be a Chapman wave red Roman candle, one bar after the all-time high at the resistance level. That makes the following month really important, because we'll talk about the wick. If it goes below that wick on any day, I'll probably make it a week because it's a monthly chart. That says you can go back to the lows. If there is a move above it the following month, that is very positive. So he has a particular format for candlestick charting that is the traditional one. Mine becomes the red Roman candle. Some of you remember back in 2008, I think it was, that I had the Chapman wave Roman candle for the S&P, and that really gave a fabulous sell signal. Right, let's just wrap this up here. I'm going to hand it over to Steve. Should be great programming today. I'm going to say that within the context of what I'm looking at, the Dow should still make higher highs next week. That doesn't mean to say it's a guarantee, but that's usually what happens in the Chapman wave methodology. You're in a buy mode, and you're only in a leg B right now, a peak B. You should go to higher highs. Doesn't say how high. That's a different analysis altogether. So we're still very positive. We've got only long positions. We'll see what happens with the call today, and we're going to see what happens with NVIDIA. Have a great rest of the day, and check